Hello everyone, Lytro Storm here, and today we'll be talking about Goten. More specifically, his power. Now, throughout the years, there have been many interpretations of how strong Goten is, with a lot of people tending to write him off as just being a fodder kid who has to fuse to be relevant. But I've actually had many discussions and debates with people on why Goten is far stronger than people perceive him to be. So today we're going to get into that, as well as talking about Trunks since he's also really relevant. But before we do that though, I just want to tell you guys that I recently started up a second channel for my Walking Dead, so make sure you're subbed in order to see those types of videos, and also just to support me because this is a really big thing for me. The link to that is in the description, along with my Discord and Twitter. Now, let's get into the video. So let's go ahead and start this video off with a statement from the Daizenshu about Goten that says, quote, "A gifted child who mastered Super Saiyan at a young age. By virtue of being Goku's son, Goten possesses battle power not the least bit inferior to Gohan. On top of being able to unleash a startling amount of power in even his normal state, he can easily transform into Super Saiyan." Now, one main thing might have stuck out during that statement. Goten being equal to Gohan. That might sound kinda stupid, but it's actually backed up in the manga. During their fight, we see that Goten is capable of making Gohan sweat when blocking, and the two fight evenly as well. This is after Gohan has already been surprised at Goten's power, and Gohan wanted to train as well, so him being suppressed by a lot doesn't really make sense and would only be headcanon. This does throw people off and makes them say that there's no way Goten could be this strong. However, one of Goten's main things is that he is surprisingly very powerful. And this is backed up by the Daizenshu statement saying that he has a startling amount of power even in base, as well as Gohan and 18 being surprised at his and Trunks' power. Furthermore, he is also stated to have mastered Super Saiyan, so saying that there's no way this kid could be this strong is really laughable, especially considering how Goku and Gohan for a lot of the time were constantly being seen as incredibly powerful children. The idea of a kid being insanely powerful beyond belief, especially in Goku's family, is clearly a trope that any Dragon Ball fan should know of, and it really isn't a good argument to just say that there's no way they could be that strong. Anyway, continuing on, Goten trains with Gohan for about 10 days in order to prepare for the tournament. Now 10 days doesn't really sound like much, but characters with high potential can get incredibly powerful in short amounts of time. And this is shown perfectly to us when Goten and Trunks fight Android 18. Now, a few misconceptions I want to wipe away right now before we continue is that 1. Goten and Trunks teamed up. This isn't actually true, as their main fight mainly consists of one of them holding up the other while they fight. Meaning that any feat that Goten or Trunks performs here is theirs and theirs alone. 2. Android 18 was not holding back to hurt the kids. This is blatantly wrong, as for the majority of the fight, 18 didn't even know that the Mighty Mask was Goten and Trunks. In fact, she even hypes them up in the panel I'm showing right now. 18 went to the tournament in order to get money, so I doubt she would hold back too much against a fighter that she deems to be pretty strong. So now that we've got those out of the way, this battle sees Goten holding up Trunks while he fights. Here, Trunks is capable of blocking attacks from Android 18, and one thing that not a lot of people know is that wearing a suit is actually restricting their fighting ability. Trunks points out how it's hard for him to block attacks in the suit, and later goes on to say that they can't fight like this. And this would be supported later in Dragon Ball Super, where an enraged Beerus struggles with base Goku while wearing a Manaka suit. It's very hard to fight with your full power without breaking the suit apart when you're trying to, keep your disguise. So this is a Trunks who can't even use his full power, giving Android 18 a hard time. And I know people will use her keeping up after they transform. However, in the manga, that doesn't happen. You see, Goten and Trunks actually make sure to hold back their powers so as not to kill 18. This attack misses, and she is shocked by the power and speed of it, despite Trunks holding back. She then says that this is a dangerous fight and immediately uses the Destructo Disc to reveal them and get them disqualified for teaming up. So this means that a restricted base Trunks can keep up with Android 18, the same girl who beat Super Saiyan Vegeta in the Android saga. And going even further, this 18 could be far stronger than that given how powerful 17 became during his training. He was able to take on Blue Goku, and I know Goku is suppressed, but but so was 17, and 17 literally showed better feats later on in the Tournament of Power, such as taking hits from Jiren meant for Blue Evolution Vegeta. This potential seems to be shown in Android 18 as well, as she barely trains. The only times 18 is trained is in preparation for the Budokai, and in preparation for the Tournament of Power, so she gets stronger than base Goku with barely a day of training. And that means when she trained with Krillin in the Buu saga, she likely got a big boost as well, meaning that a restricted Trunks is now fighting an 18 who is far stronger than the one who beat up Super Saiyan Vegeta from the Android saga. And I know we've been focusing on Trunks a lot since the fight is mostly him in the manga, but Goten is only slightly weaker than Trunks. This is stated numerous times, and is shown during their fight in the junior division of the tournament. The feat of fighting Android 18 also supports Goten being equal to Gohan when he is introduced, unless you think base Gohan is stronger than a post-training Android 18, which has no evidence and would go against both the Daizenshu and the manga. Because fighting 18 is a bigger feat than base Gohan, it's likely that Goten and Trunks actually got far stronger during their training for the tournament. This would only make sense given that they are half-breeds with insane potential. So it's possible and even very likely that these two kids are now stronger than Buu Saga Gohan. Moving forward, Piccolo states that Goten and Trunks are their last hope, and this is before he learns of fusion. This statement follows after Vegeta dies and Gohan is presumed dead, and Goku is unconscious, so Piccolo even thinks that Goten and Trunks would be stronger than him. There's also this, which states that Goten and Trunks are the strongest on Earth even when Piccolo is still there, though I'm not sure what exactly the statement was from. So if you know, please do tell me. I'm not using this for actual evidence, I just want to throw it out there just in case someone, knows about it. But anyway, Piccolo isn't even really that impressive in the Buu saga, considering he's stated by the Daizenshu to be weaker than Supreme Kai, who is stated by El Manga Legendario to be equal to Cell Games Goku. Which means that Piccolo in 7 years of training wasn't even able to become that level, which is really sad. But anyway, back to Goten and Trunks, they go in the time chamber after this statement, and are set to train for 15 days, or 1 hour in regular time. Piccolo thinks that it's possible with this training that Super Saiyan Gotenks might be able to fight Super Buu, who he states has powered up from the original Buu by a lot. Of course, Buu gets impatient, and the training time gets cut in half. This is because Piccolo says that it hadn't even been 30 minutes, and then proceeds to stall Buu for a few minutes. So Goten and Trunks still had about 7 days of 10 times gravity training, meaning that they should get about half as strong as Piccolo thought they would. And this is actually supported when base Gotenks is stated by Piccolo to have powered up a lot, despite Piccolo seeing base Gotenks previously. So Goten and Trunks after the time chamber are even stronger than they were in the tournament. To the point where Gotenks even thought that he should be able to kick Buu around, thinking that it was the same Buu that he had fought earlier. So he thinks in base form that he could at least deal damage to Majin Buu, when previously he was just getting beaten up off screen and thrown to the side. So that is an insane power increase if that statement is actually true. However, Gotenks is known to be a bit cocky, so maybe that's wrong. Plus Buu likely held back as to not kill Gotenks in their first fight, so we might not even know his true power. One way I could see someone arguing for Goten and Trunks being weaker than Piccolo would be that Piccolo is used as Buu's main once Gotenks defused. However, that would just mean Piccolo is stronger than their base forms, as they're later shown in base while inside of Buu. Super Saiyan Goten and Trunks would be a far different story. There is an argument based on the Yo Son Goku and his friends return special, because Goten and Trunks struggle with Abo and Kato, who are stated to be as strong as Frieza, meaning that they should only be Frieza level. However, I do have a few ways to combat this. One would be to attack the canonicity of the special, but I don't think that would be needed, and plus I'd rather save those arguments for another video. The second thing would be that this special takes place 2 years after Majin Buu, and we know Goten and Trunks don't really train much. This is stated in the end of Z, Dragon Ball Super, and even the special itself, where Vegeta says Trunks lacks motivation. Goten himself seems to still be relative to Trunks, so the same should apply to him. This means that Goten and Trunks being this weak in base could potentially make sense if I just say that they got rusty. However, I do have another way to attack this argument, and this would be that Goten and Trunks actually start out by beating Abo and Kato in their fight. The only time the boys start losing is when Abo and Kato use the afterimage technique, which Vegeta says that Trunks is forgetting basics in. So they're getting beat by hacks and skill rather than power, and this is shown by Gohan coaching them, which lets them beat them once more, to the point where Abo and Kato literally have to be forced to combine to be able to do anything. So yeah, this really isn't a good way to downplay Goten and Trunks at all, as even when rusty they're still able to beat Abo and Kato outside of skill. But anyway, we've now managed to get base Goten and Trunks above Buu Saga 18 and Gohan, and as Super Saiyans they surpass Piccolo easily. Hopefully this opened up your eyes on the true power of these kids, and hopefully we also stop seeing the Goten versus Frieza matchup being discussed, as Goten would wash Namek Frieza easily. If any of you guys agree, I will gladly extend the offer for you to join my Discord and discuss or debate with me there. I'm not going to be arguing with the comments section, as the debates there could take days, and I have, videos to work on. The link to my Discord will be in the description, and also feel free to join it if you enjoy this video as well. But before I go, I just want to say that if you like this video and want to see more scaling and discussion videos come to the channel, feel free to like and subscribe. It really does help out, as non-what if videos don't do so well on the channel, but I do want to do other things besides that. But as always, tell me if you like this video, comment your requests for future videos, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, have a great day.